What's going on, everybody? I am here, your main man, Pots and Pan, Pat Bernard, with It's Red Sports. Excuse me, a little tongue tie there. And let's talk a little Eagles action here. The Eagles go to 4-0. Not the prettiest of wins, but they get the job done. It was almost the flip story from last week, where the Eagles started off slow. They flipped the switch and they turned everything on kind of a little bit this week with a question mark. I mean, the Eagles started off with a great first half. Again, Dallas Goedert, 2 TDs, and so forth. But there's issues in the second half, and I'm going to get to them. Like I said, I'm going to address everything in the first half. Everything looked good. Dallas Goedert getting a couple shovel passes. He was really good in the first half. Again, 4 catches for 37 yards and 2 TDs. The Eagles were making plays in that first quarter, in that first half. Driving the ball. They get these special teams touchdown early by Cindy Brown. So, again, this was a good squad moving forward. A good start right there. So again, it's looking good. I'm sorry, I just got something that came through. 4-0. That's right, Star Wars 4-0 from the Birds, and that's all you need. That's all. Oh, sorry. What the heck?
Hey, what's going on, Pat? I figured I'd come in and join you here, buddy. They escaped, man. They escaped today, Patrick. They really did. They escaped. Going back looking at this game, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't nice, but they were able to get the job done. And I'll tell you what, the Eagles today, if you want to bring up, I mean, Jalen Hurts' numbers weren't really, I guess, I don't know, something to write at home about. But, I mean, right now, if you're looking, Jalen Hurts was 15 of 24, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, for me, it was just something that, he had to, he got, for him to go in and have those 2 touchdowns against this defense that's been like killing them. Pat, we back there, bud? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all good. So again, like I said, takeaways from the first half. The Eagles played really good football. Again, Dallas Goedert, 4 catches, 37 yards, 2 TDs. Again, catching a couple shovel passes. The Birds were able to move the ball. Like Star Wars says, they're 4-0. Again, I liked everything that they were doing. But let's keep it a bean, as you like to say. Second half, not so pretty. The Eagles are only giving what the Buccaneers could give them as far as running the ball and moving the ball. But they could not get anything sufficiently, with throwing the ball in that second half, especially in the fourth quarter, they couldn't get anything done. I mean, this defense saved the Eagles today. I mean, because the Buccaneers found themselves in this game in that second half, and despite the offense quickly going on and off the field, the defense found ways to win this game for this team. Couple big interceptions, turned the ball over. The defense really paid the dividends today for the Birds.
Yeah, Pat, if you were looking at this game, I mean, you look at total yards, it was 376 to 200. Passing yards was 272 to 112. Rushing was 104 to 88. And yards per play was 5.5 for Tampa and 3.4 for the Eagles. I mean, but let's be realistic here, too. I mean, there was a little bit of luck in this game. Number one, the 2 long touchdowns were both. The one was really good. The one to Bucky Irving, I will give to Baker Mayfield. But that Ibuka pass, I mean, how it got through those hands is beyond me. And then you have your place kicker kicking a 65-yarder and a 58 yarder. Like, give me a break, dude. And what was up with these referees, man? These referees were horrible today. They really, truly were horrible. And I just couldn't understand. I mean, they were so bad today. It seemed like every flag that was on the field was going against the Birds. Every one. So I'm glad they got out of there with a win. They can move on now to they can move on. So again, I don't know what's going on with Pat here in his mic. So I don't know. Let me I'm gonna remove him real quick. Yeah. So until Pat can get fixed back up onto the stage there, I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, again, today, if you're looking Jalen's numbers, basically 15 attempts, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield, 22 of 40. He threw the ball 40 times in this game. 289, 2 touchdowns, but he also had that very, very late pick that Jahad Campbell caught in the end zone. So, I mean, that was kind of you thought it might be a game changer, but I mean, the Eagles, again, they're forcing the turnover battles in this so far in this season. They are winning the turnover battles, and for them, they're winning these games because of that. Okay. So, unless you can sit there and go, I mean, and again, Lane Johnson getting pulled out again. Like, this is getting to be a little redundant too with him. He's getting pulled out every week now. Fred Johnson's got to come in. So I'm sorry. They got to do better in the second half too as well. I mean, this offense was just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Star Wars says a win is a win, but we need better OC, bro. Bro was calling Madden plays. Yeah, that was James Franklin last night. Or I should say Andy Kolicki for Penn State. He was calling really, really nasty plays. But I will tell you this, going forward with this group, they got to start doing better. They got to put 2 halves together. And for me, look, here's Pat. Always got something. Always got something down. Yeah, you always got something down your throat.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to clean up some storage space on my iPad. But yeah, listen, you're talking about the second half, and you're right, Mike. This team needs to put two halves of football together. You can't just play for one. You have to play 2. The last 2 games has been that side of the coin. And like I said, today it was the defense that bailed them out of trouble, kept them in there. And I got, again, more credit to this defense for being somewhat of a well-oiled machine. Yes, did they give up X amount of points, but you got to take into consideration that their offense was quickly in and off the field. Like, they were going 3 and outs, and quickly found themselves off the field. Star Wars made it. Listen, the play calling needs to be better for 4 quarters. It just you have to make adjustments, and that's what Todd Spurles did. He made the adjustments through the second half. And he found out how to, he took away the passing game. He took away the running game and really shut down Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did not do a great job as far as, making those adjustments on the field. Because, like I said, you got to give Todd Spurles his due. They played a lockdown Buccaneers defense, where Jalen could not find the open guy. He did not have the quick release. He did not have anything going for him. The running game, Saquon Barkley, eventually they were going to stack the box, then making him out of the equation, and then slowing him down. Again, this was all in Jalen Hurts' back, right? And there was only one really cool play in the second half that the Birds were able to pull off, and that was Saquon Barkley, the fake tush push to Saquon Barkley into the end zone.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing too that really kind of caught my eye with this defense too. Jalen Carter was getting double teamed all day long. I mean, all day long, and for him to turn around and come back and do what he did, on that Ajomo sack, he basically took on 3 people. He took on 3 people on that sack, and he was just in there. But this here, Star Wars got the point. The refs were horrible in this game. Like, I don't know. I was listening to the first half. I was at work. So, I was listening, and, like, you heard our announcers, like, going crazy. Like, they picked up a flag. They got a stupid taunt penalty that they called and said was on them. And we're like, give me a break. Like, I got back and saw the highlights of it. I'm like, are you serious? And again, I was surprised that they called that a fumble. I really thought Tampa was going to get the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, and listen, what's up, Ryan? Again, you thought it was horrible. The play calling was horrible. Again, the Birds though survived. Go into Tampa, a place where Jalen Hurts doesn't have much success, and they won. That's a big takeaway. The fact is, the Birds are going to 4-1, getting
4-0,
4-0, getting ready for the Denver Broncos. This is a good. It signs of a good team. No matter how you look at it, whether it's one half of football, they're getting the job done. Today it falls on the defense. Last week it was the offense that did things for you in the second half. Today in the second half, it was nothing but all defense for me that got this job done. Take a look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, though. 15 completions, 130 yards, 2 TDs. He rushed for 9 carries and 62 yards. Not a bad day for him. Baker, the playmaker that you mentioned already, 22 completions, 289 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Bucky Irving, 15 carries for 63 yards. He had 5 catches for over 100 yards and a TD. I mean, listen, those guys were making plays today. And on paper, it looks like the Buccaneer team mopped the floor with the Birds, but no, the end result is the Birds won today. And like I said, I'm going to keep on predicating the Eagles defense save them from this loss.
Yeah, I'm a little worried though, Pat, because I'm really starting to feel like I'm getting vibes from this, and the vibes that I'm getting are like,
correct.
I'm getting 2023 vibes from this. They should be able to at least go and do whatever it is that they got to do, and they're just not. They're off. This guy's offense is off like something fierce. So
I agree with that. And again, I agree. The Kevin Petula playbook, I'm not a fan of. And it's week 4 now. Now there are some concerns with this play calling and how it is. And I'm worried myself, right? And you see the lackluster second, especially in that fourth quarter. Jalen really couldn't get anything going. Matter of fact, the whole entire second half, he really couldn't get anything going. I mean, luckily, he's a mobile quarterback that has legs that he could take off whenever he shall choose. And if it wasn't for his legs and him being able to move the rock, we would be in some trouble now. Ryan says when the Birds offense does very bad by a lot in the first half of the makes his second hand adjustments last week, and then the first week of the first offense did great in the first half, then horrific in the second half. Tampa adjusted on them. Yeah, exactly. Ryan, they did. The Tampa Bay Bucks made all the right adjustments. Todd Bowles, you cannot take for lightly. Can't take for granted. He was going to sit there and take this L on the chin. This is why that team is 4-0 or 3-0 heading into this game. Again, it's a high-powered offense. I knew that their defense gives up a lot of points. That's what also bailed out the Eagles. You didn't have to worry about Mike Evans today, but still, Baker the playmaker, making big plays. The interception in the end zone helped the Birds out tremendously, obviously. So, again, there's some good things to take away. But like you said, Mike, as much as I want to throw the rose petals for the Eagles defense, I got to throw the thorn bushes at Kevin Petula's play call in the second half.
Yeah, his play calling was bad. It really was. It was like run up the middle, done. Run up the middle, done. Like, stop running up the middle on this. I mean, it just, after a while, it's redundant. Pat? Mm-hmm. It really was. So, again, I got to wait and see what happens with this. So, again, going into it, Washington lost today. The Giants got a much needed win today as they were, as they came back and beat those they came back and beat the wait a minute, where is it at? Let me see if I can
The Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers. That's who they beat.
Yeah.
So
with Jackson Dart at the helm.
yeah. So I mean, hey, I look at it like this, that's something they're gonna have coming up in a few weeks. Hey, let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, the Birds again win today. Like I said, a spot where they have struggled with Tampa. The first half, I'm thinking this is going to be a day at the beach. The way that they were rocking and rolling, I'm thinking they were going to continue the momentum from last week, and obviously not the case at all today. Again, that something happened, and maybe it was Tampa Bay making all the adjustments, all the right calls, but definitely something on the Eagles' end of not able to handle business.
Yeah, it was, and for me, honestly, Pat, I again, this defense for me is what's really kind of scaring me, because if you leave them out there too long, you are going to wear them down. And right now, they're sitting at 4-0. They got a very beatable Denver Broncos team coming in next week. So I think they could have a chance to really do something next week against them.
Yeah, and listen, that next week should be a bounce back. Should be no concerns. However, this is why we play the game, because any given Sunday can happen. But on paper, the Eagles should have a bounce back win, and this is really going to define the Kevin Patullo playbook, because if the Birds struggle against Denver, they are going to have some major coming
Yeah, and I can see that. I can definitely see them having issues coming along. Coming up, because Denver does have a really good defense. They really do. Their offense is just kind of eh. So I mean, we'll have to wait and see, Pat. We have to wait and see. So
regardless, though, the Eagles win 31-25 today. The Eagles win again. Jalen Hurts, again, if you're just checking in, Jalen Hurts won. Had 2 DDs on the job. Again, a couple shuffle passes to Dallas Goedert. He was really your playmaker in the first half on offense. Second half was the defense, to me, that saved the Birds from destruction. And now, again, like I said, I think the next week is going to define this Kevin Patullo playbook, because if they struggle and they figure they can't get nothing rock and rolling against an inferior opponent like the Denver Broncos, this team's going to have to ask themselves a lot of questions.
Yeah, they are. And I'll tell you, going forward, again, I think the Eagles got to hit the practice field a little bit more, because they got to find a way to get their guy, A.J. Brown, open. A.J. today looked so frustrated. And I mean, he had a guy draped all over him most of the game today, but still.
And you know what? It's crazy. Like you said, you got to get AJ. Devontae should have more touches than he did. Like you said, a lot of these guys should have been more involved in the playbook and some offensive schemes. Something's not clicking right with AJ in this playbook and play calling. I don't know what. I don't know if him just being heavily, getting the one-on-one coverages is having Jalen Hurts not having the ball thrown his way. I don't know what's going on, but that's I'm not in the huddle. They're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah, you're right. They are. And for me, like I said, it's just, where would they be without him last week? I mean, he really kind of went off in that second half. So you're going to kind of have to need A.J. Brown going forward.
Yeah, and again, like last week, he had over 100 yards of catching. And again, you need to get him busy. And again, this looked like the first half. The second half looked like the first half of last week, where he barely got anything. He barely got anything in the entire playbook today. It's been bad. It's been bad with him. He's so far in 4 games, he's only had 1 game really to admit to us that he kind of exploded in, and that's been it. Again, if you look at it, like I said, the most receiving yards today was Dallas Goedert. Devontae Smith had 2 catches for 29 yards. A.J. Brown, 2 catches for 7 yards. I mean, that's not really good.
Yeah, you got a little background noise going on there, big guy. But yeah, for me, like I said, it was just, I don't know. I just watching this game, you were getting frustrated. Like you could just see them starting to come back. and you know, and that's all I was worried about. Ryan's got his comment up here.
Ryan says last week's all in the first half, which put them down by a lot, so they were forced to be aggressive. But this week, they were aggressive in the first half, second half. Yeah, and listen, I got you, Ryan. They were not very, conservative. They were conservative in the second half, and again, just playing security ball and all those other things. Instead of gambling, I don't know what's going on, Ryan. And again, the play calling, whether it's Kevin Toole, maybe Nick Sirianni has his hand involved with the play calling. Maybe Jalen Hurts is just, I don't know. I saw a shades from the first half Jalen Hurts and the second half Jalen Hurts of last week. Like you said, though, Mike, all in all, you cannot play ball for one half of football and then play scared football in the first half. And you've seen the results. The results happened last week as they did this week. Playing security ball. And you got to get, like I said, you got to give Tampa's defense a little credit, too. That open up the second half. They exploded with some blitz packages, and they can make tough plays for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, they did. And, Bowles always seems to have Jalen's number, man. They really do. And to me, again, the second half to me was just really kind of mind-boggling. I felt like Goddard would have been a lot easier target in the second half. They really were having a hard time controlling him and stopping him. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the guys are not getting open in those one-on-one coverages. It's just the play calling is very vanilla. It's just mediocre. It's the same old. Like you said, how many times can you run the ball at the middle? Okay, now we're going to do is play drop back in coverages and make you try to throw that ball, Jalen. And again, just playing too hard ball security. Got to him early in the second half. I mean, like I said, I got to give credit to the Buccaneers defense.
Yeah, the Bucs D played really well. They really did. And as much as I don't like the Bucs, you gotta really kind of tip your cap to them, So, but hey, it's 4-0. We get to move on to Denver, and they get to prepare for another week, man.
Yeah, they do. They got to prepare. Again, the guys, if you haven't found out, if you're just tuning in, the Eagles win 31-25. Moving to 4-0, that's all that matters is the record book and getting the W's. No matter how you get it, whether it's not always going to be pretty. Sometimes it's going to be fugly, but no matter what, they got the win today. A couple of the other scores: the Bills handled the Saints 31-19. The Falcons helped do the Birds a favor today. They win big at home against well, not big, but they win a tight one. Falcons win 34-27 over the Commanders. The Titans blow out Tennessee today. Tennessee, I'm thinking Tennessee is ready to turn the page. They stink. The Giants, you mentioned earlier, win 21-18 over the Chargers. The Browns losing to the Lions, getting blown out there. And the Patriots blowing out the Panthers 42-13. And there's obviously a couple other games going on as we are speaking. So, Mike, I think it's safe that we can log out of here.
Oh, no.
Now, why are you?
No. You're not going to come on to one of my post-game shows and give me the wins bull crap and not try to dissect the situation with this team.
Yes.
All right.
Patula, I don't know. I'm starting to get a little worried, Matt. You heard me say I'm getting
Yes.
I'm getting 23 vibes over here.
That's that, and I'm Mike. Thank you for having enough intestinal fortitude to stand up and put down the green Kool-Aid and just take a step back and look at this thing from the outside looking in. There's something wrong with the offense, and it's not the offensive coordinator. Let's look at this subjectively, gentlemen. What is the one thing missing from this offense that made it so effective in 2024? He wears number 26. I'll give you a hint.
Well, Barkley,
yeah, Barkley not getting anything going.
Okay, so Saquon's not doing anything up to this point like he did in 2024. In 2023, we didn't have Saquon, and what did we have on our hands with the offense all season?
Yeah, same thing.
So why are we quick? And don't forget, we've had literally new offensive coordinators every year since 2022. So why are we quick to pin it on Kevin Padula? Why can't you pin it on the players that have been here through the whole thing. Jalen Hurts is not getting it done. A.J. Brown is not getting it done. They're not getting it done. Yeah, is there some play calling issues? Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's all been great, but you're not putting any accountability on the players. They cannot win like this throughout the rest of the season. This schedule will not allow that, like 2023. So you guys have your points and takes, and I'm not going to tell you not to have them, but don't come on my network and give me this nonsense. Win is a win is a win, because you know deep down, Pat, that's a bunch of crap. So why are you saying it?
Because it is a win today. Today they escaped.
They've escaped over the last 4 weeks. They have not had a clean game all season.
No, that's true. They have.
I'll say, then why don't you say that?
Because I can't always blame the talent though.
Why not? But it's the talent.
Because
every week we're saying the same thing. Every week it's the offense can't get going. Every week is they choke something away. Every week is thank God for the special teams or the defense coming up big. But it's the same thing every week.
You just said it though. If they had the same players last year, then they do this year, and you're the offensive coordinator of last year got another job. He got a new one in, and they can't move the rock like they were last year because the play calling or the players are just or the opposing defense are playing better of locking down, playing, drop back into coverage, drop into the zones, and making it tough. So sometimes if they went into a place today and pulled out a W. And I'm saying the defense today bailed them out of the trouble. And that second half was atrocious. That fourth quarter was horrendous. I'm not going to shy away from that. The ball security from Jalen Hurts is becoming Carson Wentz-like. And that's scary in some regards.
No, but Jalen Hurts is not turning the football over because they don't put him in a position to turn the football over. They're afraid to let him throw the rock down the field because they don't want him to turn the ball over. Again, Pat, you're contradicting yourself left and right, man. You're contradicting yourself left and right. Saquon Barkley has been eliminated from the equation. Now the offense is back to 2023 and 2024, weeks 1 through 4. So what's the answer, Pat? Is it another new offensive coordinator? Or maybe it's the players that you have on offense?
It's hard to say because
No, it's not hard to say. That's the point. That's the point. It's not hard to say. Stop filling my viewers with propaganda nonsense.
And that's what you got to do, though. You have to, a win's a win. You got.
I'm out of here, man. I just wanted to come on and say that I can't. Mike, good luck, man.
You chased them, man. You chased them away. But all right, Pat. I mean,
that's good.
That was great. I think we need to end on that note. There can be no more higher than having the boss come on and yell at us again.
Well, not so much you, but me in the doghouse. But it's all right.
That's all right.
It's
all right. Well, listen, guys. Make sure you tune in to the boss because he should be getting ready to do his Fighting's Final in just a little bit. Also, Maddie will be back later on tonight with the final word. So make sure you guys tune into that. I'm pretty sure he will be roasting Pat
yes.
coming up. So if you guys want to see Pat get roasted later, make sure you do. For Pat Bernard, I am Mike Lauro. This has been Birds Fly by. Birds win. They improved to 4-0.
A win is a win.
Yeah, I feel about as comfortable as going to a hot dog stand with you. Have a good night, guys. Go Birds, and we'll see you guys throughout the week.